All right, good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Part 2. So we have our mold. Came out in both parts. You may notice something different about it. Now, plaster is very porous. When it dries, it has a lot of little holes and bubbles and things in it. And we have had issues in the past with things sealing to it, cementing it together, because there's so many little holes for it to get into. So if you're going to do a plaster mold, you need to seal it. Now, they make a lot of commercial sealants, but spray paint is a fine commercial sealant. So, this has now been sealed. It's not theoretically going to attach, so it's like the plaster will not attach to the plastic in spite of the release. Now you also may notice a few things here on this side. I've carved 2 holes down into the mold. One, this is for me to pour the actual plastic into this, and the other one is for the air to get out. So you don't want to have one hole and have the bubbles have to keep coming up and out, because when this closes, we don't really have any idea when it's full or not, because we can't see into it like we can with one of these molds. So I have the coins, I have the keys, I lock these things together so that the fish is together, and now I'm going to hold it. Now I want to put a little clamp on it and a couple pieces of wood here to just spread out the squeezy power of the clamp here. Come on. That's it. Come on. Okay. There we go. Now we're there. Holes are on the upside. Now what we're going to do is cast this with, oh, what did I forget? Yep.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I was just talking about how it's going to stick together. Man, it's really going to stick together now unless I can put this in. Okay. One side. 2 sides. A little brush business. Get into all the little nooks and crannies. Alright, and then now we're going to put it back together. There. Okay, now holes in the upside, spacers. One thing I don't want to do is have the clamp be so tight that it crushes the mold and crashes into the cavity that was the fish. So this spreads that clampiness out a little bit. Now, how am I going to get the stuff down into there? Well, I made myself this lovely little funnel. So it's just a piece of paper coiled up into a tube with a little hole in the bottom, so that should hopefully let me get the stuff in there. I'm probably going to glue this whole thing to the table, we'll see. And now we've been having issues with like white on white on white stuff, so add a little color to this one too. Now this is the coloring stuff we have for the material, so we can add a little color to it. And this, I didn't have orange, this was like pink or red is the best I can come up with. Alright, so remember this has got like a 7-minute pot life, so we're going to try, here we go. Rip, pour it all together. I definitely have more than I need for the fish. So I'm going to wind up, got a couple more molds on the side over here that I can pour the excess into so we can make a couple of copies. And this is something that, you know, we always do in the class. We have extra molds lying around, so people who want copies of certain things can just have their molds lined up ready to go if we have extra material. Alright. I think that's pretty well together. Make a little spout. And we start pouring. And it goes down, and we just keep on going down. Hopefully we got these things clamped together enough so it isn't leaking out the bottom. Like I said, I may wind up gluing this thing to the table. It's happened before. Oops, leaking around the edge. Oh, coming up and out of that thing. So I guess we are over. Yeah, that fish isn't as big as I thought. Look at that little dribbly thing.
To a seahorse.
Yeah, I'll do the seahorse too. I'm going to have some extra, or I can do the other horse too if I wanted to. Alright, that's all of that. Let's do the little seahorse. A little more into here. I'm not going to do a glove again. I happen to have this thing here, so let's just shoot it and do it.
Turn this left.
I don't know, we'll find out.
You filled the seahorse all the way.
I did not. Get that thing to bubble out. Come on, bubble up now. Alright, fine. A little more in the seahorse.
Yes. Fill up the seahorse.
And I'll fill the rest up with the horse.
Horse. Oh.
Oops, will that drip it? Tell you, it's a mess, it's a messy process.
Well, I don't know why you tilted it.
So, because I had to get a bubble out of the horse. Okay, so now all of this stuff is going to lock itself to the table. This is a half an hour setup time. What was white will become sort of pinkish when this thing sets up. Hopefully we got enough in there.
It came out the bottom
Eh,
a little bit.
we'll see.
Why putting more?
In case it didn't have enough. Just add a little more to it. I happen to have more in the bottle, so let's see. Now we will unpack this thing in about an hour or so and see how it came out. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, I think there's enough in there. All right, so 1 hour from now, we will unpack all of this, see how this thing came out, and that will be the second part of our two-part mold. All right, thanks. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's see how it came out. Let's start with something simple, like the shell. Brand new silicone mold, and here is our pink stuff. Very bubbly this time. Look at that. A little frothy. Oh well, but it came out fine. Now, you may notice on this thing, it leaked out the bottom quite a bit. Yeah, and cemented. Yeah, this happens a lot. Look at that. Oh, look at all that stuff that just slide out the bottom and onto the side, gluing this to it. Yeah, this whole porousness thing is a pain in the butt. And it looks like it's going to be also something of a pain in the butt to get this apart. So let's see what we can do here. Without knocking nothing off or messing anything up, I may have to transfer this to the bottom. Well, hang on. Let's try this again. Going in. The dilemma with plaster molds. Come on. Come on. Yeah, this is that did it. Nope,
broke
that did
it.
part of it.
Oh no.
Yeah. Looks like we've got a part of a fish, but since it was so freaking watery, it kept leaking out the bottom.
The spray paint stuck to it.
Yeah. So this was not a... Oh man, look at all that stuff. It just leaked everywhere.
Why didn't spray paint stick?
Well, spray paint... I don't know, sort of old spray paint, I guess. But...
Might be a lost cause.
Well, there is one solution to a lost cause. Pause it for a moment. Alright, so, not working. The mold is compromised. We're not going to make it out of this alive. So, let's see if we can get the fish out at least. Ready?
Oh. You could have warned me.
Yeah, the plaster breaks, but the plastic does not. So, there. That's what we got out of a fish.
What happened to the head?
It leaked out. Remember, that was the highest point, so it just kept leaking down and down and down because we lost so much of it onto the table and into the mold. All right, so a two-part mold that did not quite work, but we have half a fish.
You better clean that up.
And we will clean that up. Thank you.
You will clean that up.
Bye-bye.